Naughty naughty. Messina High Milksop once again crushed the bar. Victory party tonight.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and eagerly remembered by Don Pedro, he had borne himself beyond the promise of age, doing so in the figure of a lamb, the feats of a lion. He had better expectation than if you expected me to tell you how.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from these wars or no?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua. Oh, he is returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
How many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, Beatrice, you tax Signor Benedict too much, but he'll be meet with you. I doubt it not.
He had done good service in these wars.
He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But as for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not mistake, Beatrice. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wits between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the man governed by only 1. If he hath wit enough to keep himself warm, he shall use it to bear difference between himself and his horse. For it is the only wealth he hath left to be known a reasonable creature. Now, I pray you, who is his companion? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but as the fashion of his hat ever changes with the next flock.
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh God! God help the noble Claudio! If he hath caught the Benedict, it will cost him 1,000 pounds ere he cured.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signor Leonato, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost and you encounter it.
Never came troubles my house in the likeness of your grace. For if trouble be gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, happiness abides, and sorrow takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt that you had asked her?
Signor Benedict, no, for then were you a child.
I wonder why you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath made such food defeated as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then it's courtesy a turncoat. But it is certain I am loved of all ladies. Only you accept it. And I would I could find it in my heart, had I not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
As is some of all, Leonato. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonato, have invited you all.
I hear it is you. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please it your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonato. We will go together.
Benedict, did it sound like the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Will she not modest young lady?
You ask me as a modest man should, for my simple Jew judgment, or shall I speak after my custom as a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgments.
Only this commendation I can afford her. Were she unlike as she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other than she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a troll? In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that I ever looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself. Although I had sworn the contrary, all pure would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall we never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to in faith, thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sideways some days. Here's Don Pedro, returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here? Are you foe not to Leonardo's?
He is in love. With who? Now that's your grace's part. Note how short the answer is. With Hero.
If this were so, so were another.
Amen. If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths in troth, my lord, I spoke mine.
Well, that I will for I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That in neither feel she should be loved, nor know she should be worthy, is the opinion in which fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic and a despite of beauty.
That a woman raised me, I give her my thanks. That a woman brought me up, I likewise give her my most humble thanks. But that I would have a wretched wind it in my forehead and hang my buglet upon an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. As I will not do myself the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine, for which I will go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
Shall see thee. Ere I die, look, pale with love.
With sickness, with anger, with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove to me I ever lose more blood than I'll get again with drinking. Pick mine eyes out with a bow-maker's pen, and hang my body on a brothel house door for a sign of a blind Cupid.
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonardo's. Commend me to her and tell her I will not fail her at supper. For indeed she hath made great preparation.
Nay, mock not, and so I will leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is not to teach. Teach it but how. And thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good. Dost thou affect Hero, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward with this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking in the name of love. Well, now I am returned, and that word thoughts have left their places vacant, and their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover peasant, entirely here with a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with Leonardo, and thou shalt have it. Was not to this end that thou began to twist so fine a story?
How sweet liege you minister love that no love screened by his complexion.
I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume some part in the disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom, while unclasp my heart, and take her here a prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after Leonardo will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
But sister, I can tell you strange news you dreamt not of.
Are they good?
The Prince and Count Claudio, walking in a thick pleached alley in mine orchard, were thus much overheard. The Prince discovered to Claudio that he loved Hero and meant to acknowledge it this night in the dance. If he found her courting, he meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
I will acquaint my daughter with all, that she may be the better prepared for an answer. Good sister, have a care this busy time.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breathes. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason,
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
if not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder, that thou being, as thou sayest thou art, born under sadness, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and applaud no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he has taken you newly into his grave.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. In this, though, I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man. It must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. I am entrusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore, had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me. Who comes here? What news brought you?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo. I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
What serving mount to build mission upon? What is he for fools betroths himself to unquiet?
Mary, it's your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary on Hero, the daughter of Leonardo.
A very forward march chick. How came you to this?
Well, being entertained for a perfume as I was smoking a musty room, comes me, the prince, and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the arras, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and, having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup with all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself free way. You are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Was Count John not here at supper?
I saw her not.
I never can see her, but I am heartburned an hour after.
She is of a very melancholy disposition.
She were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between her and Benedict. The one is like an image but says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then have Senior Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, and money enough in his purse, such a man could win any woman in the world if he could get a good will.
By my troth, Beatrice, thou will never give thee a husband if I be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Just if God send me no husband, for the which blessing I am upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a man with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may lie on a husband that hath no beard.
What would I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? No. He that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him, and he that is more than a youth is not for me.
Well, Hero, I trust you will be ruled by Leonardo.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to curtsy and say, as it please you. But for all that, let him be handsome, or else may curtsy again and say, as it please me.
Well, Beatrice, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a piece of valiant dust? No, Adam's sons are my brethren, and I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Hero, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer. The rebel is your entry. Make good through.
When I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound, we found love as the leaves turn brown.
Lady, we walk well with your friend.
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the long can, especially when I walk away.
Good. Me and your company.
I may say so when it pleases.
Speak low, speak low.
Well, I would you did like it.
So would not I, for I have many ill qualities.
Oh, but which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
Oh no, I love you better. The hearers may cry, Amen!
God, match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
I know you well enough. You are Claudia.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I countered that.
You can never do him so ill well unless you are the very man. Here's his right hand, up and down. You are he. You are he.
At a word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit and virtue?
he?
I'm sure that you know him.
Not I, believe me.
Has he never made you laugh?
Pray you tell me what he is.
Why, he's the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines like him. For he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
When another man, I'll tell him what you say.
Do! I will bring a comparison of you on me, which peradventure not marked at, nor now laughed at, will strike him into a melancholy. And then there is a partridge which will save who will eat good supper that night. We must follow the leader.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they meet any ill, I will leave them at the next turn.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Sure, my brother is amorous on hero, and I have a strong, to break with her about it. The ladies follow her, and but one visor remains.
That is Claudio. I know him by his appearance.
Are not you Signor Benedict?
You know me well, I am he.
Signor, my brother is enamored on hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She's no equal for his birth. You may do the part of a man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection. Come, close to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. Then hear these old news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Thus in love all hearts must use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch against whose charmed space melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof which I mistrust not. Farewell therefore, hero.
Oh, Count Claudio.
Yea, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next villa, upon your own business, county. The prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her. I pray leave me.
Oh, we strike with the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, you'll strike the coast.
Will not be only you.
Lash, 400 foul. Now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. Huh. And maybe I go under that title because I am married. Yet I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so well reputed. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Found him here as melancholy as a lodge in war. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your good grace had got the goodwill of this young lady.
What's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy, which, being overjoyed at finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
The transgression is in the stealer.
You, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing and restore them to the air.
If their singing answer your saying, by my faith you say honestly.
Lady Beatrice has a quarrel with you. The gentleman that danced her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she has misused me past the endurance of a blonde. And oh, with but one green leaf on it would have answered her. My visor assumed life and scold with her. She told me thinking I was not myself, that I was the prince's jester. Duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance, I stood as a man at his mark with the whole army shooting at me. If her breath were as terrible as determinations, there were no living near her. She would infect the North Star. I would not marry her, were she endowed with all that Adam had left before he transgressed. And she would have made Hercules a turn spit, yea, and plucked his blood to make the fire too. Come, talk now.
Oh, look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me to any purpose in the world, then? I will go on the slightest errand rather than hold 3 more conferences in this harpy. You have no employment for me.
None but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir, this is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Senior Benedict.
Yea, my lord. He gave it to me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double part for his single one. But once he won it of me with false dice, I guess your grace may as well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well. He is civil. Civil as an orange and something of that jealous complexion.
Your faith, lady. I think your blazing be true, though all be sworn, if he be so as can see is false. Here, Claudia. I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with Leonardo, and her good will obtain. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest yells of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself to you, dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot stop his mouth so that he cannot speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, I thank it. It keeps comfortably me side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord for alliance. Thus goes out to everyone but I, and I am sunburned. I may sit in the corner and cry hey-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you?
Will you have me, lady?
No, unless I may have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day.
But I beseech you, I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. And to be very best for, out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, my mother cried, and there was a star dance, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I've heard my daughter say that she hath often dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself laughing.
She cannot endure to help tell of a husband.
Oh Lord, no. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife, Benedict.
Oh Lord, my lord, if those two were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Howdy, Claudio. What mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes unprecious to love of all's rights.
Not till Monday, my dear. Which is hints of just 7 nights, and a time too brief too to have all things answer in my mind.
Come. You shake the head is so long with breathing, but I'll warrant thee, Claudio, the time should not go dully by us. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
I am with you, my lord, though it costs me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the hopeless husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty. I will teach her how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two help, will so practice on Benedict that, in spite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only loved gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord. But I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be municipal to me. I am sick in displeasure of him, and whatsoever comes, they thwart his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but with such covertness that no dishonesty shall appear
Show me briefly how.
I think I have told you that I'm in the favor of Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go then to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor and married the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold out, to contaminate stale such a one as Hero.
And what proof shall I make of that?
Well, go then. Find me a meet out and draw Don Pedro and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend to kind of zeal both to the prince and Count Claudio as in love of your brother's honor, who hath made this match, and his friend's reputation, who is like to be cousined with the semblance of a maid, which you have discovered thus. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances, with no less likelihood than to see me at her mistress's chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero, hear Margaret turn me Claudio, and bring them to see us the very night before the intended wedding. For in the meanwhile, I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and thus jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparation shall be overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse tissue it can. I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
I do much wonder how one man, seeing how another man is made a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, after he has laughed at such shallow follies in others, becomes the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I had known a time when he walked 10 miles afoot to see a good honor. Now he lies 10 nights away, carving the fashion of a new double. With turned orthography, his very words of fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. To all good graces be in one woman, may not one woman come in my grace. She'll be rich, that is certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll look not on her. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair of whatever color please God. Oh, the princely must for love. I will hide me in the armor.
See where Benedict had hit himself?
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come here, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, I stalk on the fell sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
Nay, nor I either. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Senior Benedict, whom she hath been all out. Her behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner.
By my troth, my lord, I know not what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth the counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit? There was never a counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she now discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How, pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think it's a gall that Leonardo speaks it. Knavery sure cannot hide himself in such reverence.
He hath taken the infection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis even so. So Hero says, shall I? Says she, that have so often come him with scorn. Write to him that I love him.
This says she when she's beginning to write to him. For she'll be up 20 times a night, and there she will sit in her smock till she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest Hero told us of.
Oh, when she had writ it and was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheets. Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself, that she should be so immodest as to write to someone that she knew would love her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, For I should have loved him if he writ to me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed, my daughter says so. And the ecstasy has so much overborne her that my daughter is sometimes afeared she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good to manage and do it by some other if she will not discover it.
To what end? You make but a sport of it, and torment the poor lady worse.
And you should. It were an almsgiving. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she's exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom is blood that is soaked into our body. We have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have damped all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what I would say.
Were it good, think you?
Here I think surely she will die, for she says she'll die if you love her not, and she will die if you woo her, rather than she make one breath of her accustomed grossness.
She doth well. She should make tender of her love. 'Tis very possible to scorn it, for the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
But he hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
Howsoever it seems in him, not by some large jest he will make. Well, I am sorry for Beatrice. Shall we go seek her and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may well wear her heart out first.
Well, we will care further about Hero. Let it cool a while. I love Benedict well, and I would wish he would wisely examine himself, just to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
Well, dinner is ready, my lord. Will you walk?
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same that spread for her, and I must her daughter and her gentlewoman carry. The sport will be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene that I would see, which will be merely a dumb show. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This could be no trick. To hear the truth of this from Hera. Seems her affections have full bent. Love me. Why must he requite? I hear though how I am sensitive. They think I will bear myself proudly if I perceive any love from her. And they say too she would rather die than show any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not say proud. Happy are those that hear the detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady's fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, there's no addition to her wits, nor no great argument for her folly, for I would be horribly in love with her. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man in the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I thought I would never live to be married. Oh, here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message.
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a doll withal. You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent bid thee come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say as any pains I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity of her, I am a villain. I will go get her picture.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man's in merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Now begin to look for Beatrice like a lapwing runs close by the ground to hear our conference. Then we go near her, that our ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait we lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them if they loved Benedict to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full a fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall count upon?
O God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn rise sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love nor take her disdain nor trust into affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. Therefore, certainly it were no good. She knew his love, that she was scorn of it.
Why, to speak truth, I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. In fair face she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure, such harping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd, and from all facets as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I would go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion, and truly I'll advise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may poison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot plead so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy, always accepted my dear Claudio.
Pardon me, madam, speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict, for strength, for bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day, tomorrow. Come, go in, I'll show thee some attires and have that counsel which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's limed, I warn you. We've got her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some cupids kill with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. For others say dost thou deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
Gallants, I am not how I've been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope ye be in love.
Hang him, truant. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Any man may master grief, but he that has it.
Yet say I, he is in love.
There is no appearance of fancy in him. Was it a fancy to this foolery, as it appears to have? There's no fool for fancy, as you would have it appear he is.
He not be in love with some woman, there is no believing old signs.
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of the beard.
Nay, he rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I warrant, one that knows him not.
Yes, and his little conditions, and in despite of all dies for him.
She shall be buried with her face upwards.
Yet there is no charm for the toothache. Come, Leonardo, I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses mustn't hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
Tis even so. Here and Ursula have been displayed their parts with Beatrice. Then the two bears will not fight one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good then, sister.
Pleasure, sir, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it pleases you, yet Count Claudio me here. For You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter and aim better at me. By that I now will manifest. My brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart, have hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and of circumstances shortened, for she has been too long in talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to pay on her wickedness. I can say she worse, think you of a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not to further warrant. Go with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window entered even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have heard more and seen more, proceed accordingly.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity, but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit men for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all veteran men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
I feel not stand.
Why then, take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a name. Well, you are to call in all the alehouses, and bid those that are drunk, get them to bed. How if they will not? Why then, let them alone till they were sober. If they make you not, then the better answer, you may say, they are not the men you took them for. If you meet a thief, then you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, should we not lay hands on him?
Truly you may by your office, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is, and steal out of your company.
You've always been called a merciful man, partner.
Truly I would not hang a dog by my own will, much more a man who has any honesty in him.
If you hear a baby cry out in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How can the nurse be asleep and will not hear us? Why then depart in peace and let the child wake her with crying? For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it bathes will never answer a sheep when he bleats.
'Tis very true.
Well, this is the end of the charge. Masters, good night. And if there be any need be, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, here are charge. They sit upon our church bench till 2, and now to bed.
tomorrow. There is a great coil tonight. Adieu, be vigilant, I beseech you.
What, Conrad?
Beast or not.
Conrad, I say!
Here, man, and thy over. Now, forward with thy tail.
Stand thee close under this penthouse, where drizzles raven and I, like a true drunkard, will utter all to thee.
Some treason masters, stand close.
Let it be known that I have tonight wooed Don John 1,000 ducats.
Could any villainy be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible any villainy should be so rich. When a rich villain is in need of a poor one, the poor one makes up what price they will.
I wonder at it.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, 'twas the vein on the house.
Let it be known that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the lady hero, gentleman, by the name of Hero. Oh, she leads me out her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. Well, I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how Don Pedro, the prince, and Claudio were planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, so far off the earth of this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was hero?
Well, two of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew that it was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which did first possess them, and partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John made, away when Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her as he was appointed next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight, sending her home again.